Hey guys, it's Ash here with WatchMojo, and these are the top 20 times anime heroes were underestimated. For this list, we're looking at the times where an anime protagonist proved the haters wrong by overcoming a seemingly impossible task and looking good while doing it. Think we missed out on a major anime success story? Let us know in those comments. And if there's an anime list you want to see, go to my Twitter at AshJBo and let me know. Number 20, just a demi-human. Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy. Now this is how to properly portray an OP isekai. After being yeeted into a fantasy world, Makoto is, what else, plagued by dangers around every turn, including the lethal duo of Sophia and Lancer. Alas, by this point of his journey, Makoto is one of, if not the strongest thing on two legs. Evident from when he throws off the rings, kicks his mana into high gear, and pretty much destroys everything around him. Finally, someone who doesn't hesitate to spam their insanely strong abilities. All future isekaiers, please take note. Number 19, Gunter gets down and bloody. Dead Man Wonderland. Competing in death matches and using your own blood as a weapon doesn't exactly make for a stressless lifestyle, especially for someone like Gunter, who was wrongfully convicted and thrown into the hell carnival of Dead Man Wonderland for shits and giggles. Still, when it comes to fighting for survival, the woodpecker proves that he's got the moxie to keep soldiering on.
Let's see what you do with this!
Even after being sliced up by Senji, Gunter uses brains over brawn, allowing his seemingly useless branch of sin to claim a win.
I have a name. It's Gunter. Gunter Igarashi!
Number 18, Juggernaut steps up. Fire Force. A comic relief character whose only real asset has been his size, Juggernaut finally had his time to shine with protecting Tamaki from the tendrils of the Order of the Ashen Flame. His Looney Tunes-esque body may have been torn to pieces by Orochi, but Juggernaut still proved to have the superior firepower thanks to his burning passion. That, and he straight up slammed a missile into Orochi's face. Never mess with a country boy who can create ballistic projectiles out of nothing. Number 17, no breath, no problem. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. Daki may be able to turn towns to ribbons with her scarves, but her biggest weapon is by far that mouth of hers. She could talk the undead 6 feet under again if she wanted to. Her cockiness ultimately gets the better of her when she pushes Tanjiro too far by decimating the entertainment district. So driven by rage, Tanjiro taps into a higher level of swordsmanship altogether. By bringing himself to the brink by not breathing, Tanjiro's speed and technique escalated to such an extent, he came within moments of slicing Daki's pretty little head off. Number 16, Silver Crow takes flight. Excel World. To most of the world, Arita is just a porky nerd lost in his VR game who will never get anywhere in life. And that might be true at the start, but let's see them make fun of him now that he can fly. Taking on Crimson Devil in order to rescue his precious Black Snow Princess, Arita finally does away with his anxious, self-loathing self, digging deep enough that he unleashes the true power of Silver Crow. Turns out that in this world, if you've got wings, you've already won. Number Number 15, Yamaguchi proves himself, Haikyuu. When you think of the aces of the Karasuno volleyball team, the last person that springs to mind is Yamaguchi, since he's pretty far from performing at the level of Hinata and Kageyama. That being said, the boy proved he truly was Crow material during the long-awaited rematch against Alba Josai.
Out!
Using a jump float serve, Yamaguchi not only pushed the team closer to their spectacular win, but showed everyone he was capable and ready to take Karasuno to the top. Number 14, Hyunkel's Atonement. Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai. The road to redemption is a long and painful one, but this was one hell of a good start. Abandoning the Dark Army in favor of joining Dai, Hyunkel takes on his former boss in a brutal showdown that displayed fully that, in spite of committing so many terrible deeds, Hyunkel is still a disciple of Avan. Hadler may be the Dark Commander, but not even he can walk away from getting 2 giant holes drilled into his chest. Number 13, Humanity's Victory, Record of Ragnarok. A royal rumble against every god in existence in order to secure the survival of mankind. It's a pretty tall order, and even with the likes of Lupu and Adam on their side, humanity loses the first 2 rounds of Ragnarok, forcing them to put their fate in the hands of history's unluckiest swordsman. As it happens, even against the merciful might of Poseidon, Sasaki Koshiro pulls off one hell of a win. Relying on a lifetime of experience with the blade to cut up the god of the sea into fish sticks. Number 12, The Prince's Return, Ranking of Kings. When he left his castle home, Boji was just a boy. When he returned, he was still a boy, but he was a boy who had mastered the sword to the extent that he could bring down giant lizard men with ease. Under Despa's tutelage, Boji is shown to be capable of striking the weak points in any person without killing them. Case in point when he shatters Gigan's hammer with but a poke before putting him to sleep with a lightning-fast jab to the foot. This ball of sunshine is unrivaled. Number 11, qualifying for the race. Run with the wind. Prince is not the kind of person who likes to run. He'd rather sit back in his little empire of manga and enjoy his obscurity. Alas, when he and the rest of his dorm decide they're going to attempt the Hakone Ekiden relay marathon, Prince finds himself having to leap out of his comfort zone and onto the track. While he may be physically weaker than every other runner, time, training, and belief from his teammates allow him to cross the finish line and qualify the whole team for their dream run. What a champion. Number 10, Varanium solves everything, Black Bullets. Making an enemy of a creepy yet seemingly invincible nutjob like Kagetane would normally mean the end for most people. Then again, Satomi isn't most people, mainly due to the fact he's got himself a set of augmented ligaments made from the nigh indestructible alloy Voranium. Despite his knack for blowing up organs, Kagetane is woefully underprepared for Satomi's ace in the hole, which proves strong enough to break his face in. It just really begs the question why it took him 4 episodes to finally bust this out. Number 9, size doesn't matter. Hinomaru Sumo. This national treasure may have been told he's too small for sumo, but after his beast of an entrance, it was clear that what he lacked in height, he made up for with balls of brass. In order to teach a group of juveniles a lesson, Hinomaru utterly shatters their leader's spirits by taking non-stop punches for 10 minutes without budging an inch. If that wasn't badass enough, after the 10 minutes are up, he takes out Yuma with a single strike, sumo style. The experience proved to be so humbling that it's no wonder Yuma switched alignments. Number 8, never insult Josuke's awesome hair. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is unbreakable. If you don't have a death wish, then you'd be wise to never talk about JoJo's iconic do. I mean, why would you? Anyway, Jotaro obviously didn't get the memo. After it's insinuated that his glorious hairstyle is somewhat less than perfect, Josuke snaps, and in doing so, unleashes the power of Crazy Diamond. If not for Star Platinum's rapid reactions, it's obvious that Jotaro's face would have ended up just as mangled as his hat. Number 7, going gearless. Megalo Box. Not sure where the bravery ends and the insanity begins when you decide to forego mechanical enhancements in a boxing tournament filled with fighters who all have mechanical enhancements. That's Joe for you. And yet he managed to take what appeared to be a glaring weakness and turn it into something special.
冗談じゃねえ。こんなの生まれて初めてだ。興奮で震えてやがる。
Relying on his natural talents along with some expert coaching, Joe showed the world exactly what he was made of when he KO'd Shock Samejima, who, lest we forget, was armored up like Robo Jaws. Number 6, Heart in Hand, Hunter x Hunter. For those of you who still believe that someone as unassuming as Killua wasn't from a family of master assassins, let us present Exhibit A.
あいつは
知ってるの？
俺たちの負けでいい。キルア、あいつとは戦うな。
なんで？
In order to get through the latter stage of the Hunter exam, our favorite foursome are tasked with defeating a series of criminals, including a mass murderer named Johannes.
勝負の方法は？
勝負、勘違いするな。これから行われるのは一方的な惨殺さ。
How does Killua fare against a guy who essentially has excavators for hands? He casually slips by him, snatches out his heart, and wraps it in a doggy bag before anyone can blink. Number 5, the power of an idiot. Black Clover. There's trash talking, and then there's Seke.
You're just a grubby little gutter rat who's way out of his depth.
This would-be Magic Knight is cocky to the nth degree, leading him to oftentimes undermine those he sees as worthless. No surprise that Asta ended up on his radar. Fully convinced his bronze magic was unbreakable, he wasted no time degrading Asta for his lack of wealth and zero aptitude for magic.
Good. Watching him struggle should liven things up.
Needless to say, watching the future Wizard King smash him to pieces made for a delightful viewing experience, and thus began Seke's new role as the series' #1 punching bag. Number 4. Everyone underestimates Diablo, even Diablo. How not to summon a Demon Lord? You almost have to feel sorry for Galak. Out of the thousands of souls he could have picked a fight with, he happened to choose the level 150 Demon Lord from another world.
僕は魔術師協会の長に近い地位にいるんだ。お前のような誰の役にも立たないゴミとは違う。
Even with a giant fire-breathing salamander at his command,
いでよ、サラマンダー！
the prideful magic user got a harsh dose of reality when Diablo effortlessly one-shot him. The only person more surprised at the sudden display of power is Diablo himself, who, for all his overpoweredness, is still an anxiety-ridden gaming nerd at heart.
結構力を抑えたんだけどな。
Number 3. Rookie crushing gone wrong. One Punch Man. This is what you get for hazing the new guy, especially one that can punch through meteors like it's going out of fashion.
Aspire to be a distinguished hero like me.
Taking advantage of Saitama's lower ranking, A-class hero Snake figured he could take out some potential competition to his standing by launching a sneak attack.
The newcomer seminar isn't over yet! In this business, there's a little thing we like to call rookie crushing.
If he had picked any other Caped Crusader, then maybe this tactic would have worked. Alas, he chose the one guy who can decimate landscapes with a love tap. Not surprising to see he got a superpowered knuckle sandwich for his troubles. Number 2. Who decided that? The 7 Deadly Sins. Turns out that even the upper echelons of the demon race have something to fear, and his name is Escanor.
ただし、すべての種族の頂点に立つ者。
The Lion Sin of Pride isn't only unmatched in arrogance and mustache grooming, but also in raw strength. Of course, due to their own hellish pride, the 10 Commandments made the mistake of denouncing Escanor as just another human.
こんな人間3000年前には存在しなかったわ。
As you might have guessed, not even Galan's bloodthirst or Esteros' endless list of abilities is enough to bring down the Master of the Sun. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Shield Hero is greater than Spear Hero. The Rising of the Shield Hero. It's the isekai that riled us up with how much it made us hate about 95% of its occupants.
直文、潔く負けを認めろ。
That being said, this little scuffle made up for having to watch our boy Naofumi go through so much torment. Forced to battle against the insufferably moronic Motoyasu, Shield Bro managed to defy all expectation and earn some much-needed payback. Honestly, watching him wreck Chad Spearman with underhanded tactics and legitimate strategy was as cathartic as watching Raftalia fangirl. Now if only mine didn't interfere.
お前の顔と股間を集中的に攻撃してやろうが。
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.